Hello and welcome to GoodGood Investing. I'm Rachel Grunn.
And I'm Andrea Cwik.
We are so happy to have you guys back for another, hopefully very educational episode of GoodGood Investing.
We always try to educate, but if there are any questions that arise during our podcast episodes or YouTube, feel free to send us an email and we'll answer them.
Yep, and you can find our email on our website or just goodgoodinvesting@gmail.com. We love to communicate, so we promise to get back to you in a very timely fashion. Yes. Andrea, what is GoodGood Investing all about?
GoodGood Investing helps busy professionals and successful entrepreneurs have another stream of income in passive investing. And so we help you and we partner together with you to get into real estate passive investment opportunities. And it really is about freeing up your time so that you have more time to do the things you love.
That's right. That's all that it's about. And I love it. I know it's changed my life. I know it's changed yours.
Yeah.
So this week we're going to be talking about accredited versus non-accredited investors and the different types of investments that accept the different types of investors. This is important to you because as you're looking at deal flow, maybe you're thinking about talking with other sponsors. You really need to know not only your accreditation, right, which you can find out on our very proprietary 3-in-1 net worth assessment tool, which we're going to plug quickly. But then also you can find out, what opportunities are available and if they are a good fit for you. So quickly, do you want to go over like the requirements to be accredited and what it means to be non-accredited?
Yeah, Rachel's so right too, because not all sponsors allow 506B, the non-accredited investors. So that's probably the number one question to find out when you're talking to deal sponsors. But okay, so non-accredited is
also called sophisticated investors.
Yeah, sophisticated. Is it $250,000?
So it's $200,000 in the past 2 years consistently if you're not married. If you are married, regardless of if your spouse works or not, you have to make $300 a year. $300.
Check.
$300. $300. That's it. $300,000 a year for the past 2 years consecutively. So,
like on tax statements.
Yeah, yeah. So, and we'll get into that. Like, we don't look at tax documents.
Yeah.
If you were to invest in a 506C, which is exclusively for accredited investors, you will have to verify your accreditation. Yeah. On ours, you are allowed to self-verify. So you can decide for yourself if you believe that you're accredited, but we're not going to look at your tax documents to verify that. Anyway, and then what is the other qualifier if it's not income? It's your net worth.
Yes, you have to have $1 million net worth outside of your single family home, because like in California there's no homes really under $1 million.
Yeah. So
maybe somebody's like, oh, check, but it isn't. You have to have $1 million outside of your single family home. That could be a 401k, the cash in your bank account. That could be a pension.
It could also be other single-family homes that you own. It just can't be your primary residence.
A rental, right, yes. If you have any Airbnbs, yeah. And we have a whole list in our tool, in the 3-in-1 assessment tool. We have a whole list of qualifiers for your net worth. Actually, even a car can qualify to be, as part of your net worth, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
But through research, we found out all of the different categories. It's in our tool, so you could see it easily.
Yeah, very easy to see. Now, why do we accept non-accredited investors? We accept non-accredited investors or sophisticated investors. Those terms are used interchangeably because we want our friends and family to have opportunities. I mean, a lot of my friends and a lot of my family are not accredited. And it's why do people only accept accredited investors? Some people do 506C offerings, which are accredited only. And they do that because then they're allowed to advertise. Then they're allowed to post on Facebook. They're allowed to send out emails to anyone they've ever met in their entire life or haven't met in their entire life. That's the big differentiator, is people outside of your sphere of influence. Because I know we say on this podcast all the time, connect with us, get on a call with us. That allows you to be a part of our offerings. And that's because we open these offerings up to non-accredited folks.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? For the reasons I said. But a lot of reasons why people don't accept accredited folks is because there's a lot more paperwork. To do a 506B offering is a lot harder on the administrative side than just doing a 506C offering. So we are working harder to open up this opportunity to anyone and everyone who wants to invest.
And that's the whole reason why Rachel and I became general partners, because we started off as passive investors, but we really had a passion for educating and wanting to get our friends and family involved. So when we partner on deals, we really try to look for a lot of deals that are 506B.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that 506C we won't do. Someday we might have those offerings as well, but we love the 506B aspect where we can pull in friends and family to invest alongside us.
There is something you need to know, though, if you're non-accredited. Though we do accept non-accredited investors, we always urge our non-accredited folks or sophisticated investors to reserve in the deal as soon as possible. Because due to the Securities and Exchange Commission guidelines, we are only allowed 35 non-accredited spots in every deal. 35. We usually have around 100 investors per deal. Yeah. So that means that those spots are going to fill up very quickly.
Right.
So as long as you even just do a soft reserve in our portal, it will lock your spot. Now, we do appreciate it when people can wire their funds within 2 weeks of reserving, because we do want to open up that spot for another investor that's ready to wire. But as long as you have that spot held, then you get first right of refusal. If we reach out to you and say, listen, like, there's another investor that wants a spot, you can say, no, I'm going to wire, or you know what, go ahead and give that spot to another investor. But as long as you are reserved, then we can make sure that we have that non-accredited spot held for you.
Exactly.
Yes. So any other parting thoughts with the accreditation talk?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered everything. Again, feel free to ask us a question if anything comes up.
We are all about breaking down barriers, and if this is a way that we can do it in a small, tangible way that opens up this opportunity to people that otherwise wouldn't have it, that's our end goal. So we absolutely love you guys. We love partnering with y'all. We've been loving the feedback from our tool. We've been loving the feedback from our podcast and YouTube. You guys are just awesome. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for the support. You can head on to our website to check out that 3-in-1 net worth assessment tool at goodgoodinvesting.com. And it's totally free. So download it, play with it, send it to a friend. And we can't wait to connect with you in the future. Well, until next time.
Don't invest good. Invest twice as good.
We'll get it one of these times. Bye, guys.